So we are dealing with someone who is getting into this. Now, I have to admit that I have read part of the series before. A couple of years ago, I purchased the Wheel of Time. I I I was looking for something to read, and then I heard that the Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time is the biggest epic fantasy series ever. Now, with me being me, I decided just by virtue of that fact that I would go for it. And I read, um, and then I was a victim of the slog. And actually, I got through the slog, but I was so traumatized by the slog that I started Knife of Dreams, but I was so tired and I stopped reading. And I thought I would just stop reading for a month or so, and it turned out that that was a couple of years. In fact, it's 10 years. So, funny thing about the YouTube algorithm. So, I've got I've got the whole series of books lying right next to me. I'm looking at the whole series now, and uh, a couple of weeks ago, out of the blue, um, I just suddenly got confronted with a lot of YouTube recommendations about the Wheel of Time, and I was thinking, I I haven't spoken about the Wheel of Time. I didn't do any searches on Google or on Instagram or um, TikTok about the Wheel of Time ever uh, since reading the books 10 years ago. How? Why does this come? I don't understand the YouTube algorithm sometimes, I have to admit. But then that recreated a desire to give it another shot. Now, I am aware that I'm going to get frustrated, um, especially book 8 to 10, which I probably wasn't aware the first time, and it was just too much. And now I believe I should just have held on a bit because Knife of Dreams actually came out of the slog. I was I was fully expecting the whole series to just go along, but in the same type of tone and all those kind of things. Um, I bought Memory of Light in 2013. I've yet to read it. So I started to read the books now, and I'm busy with the Eye of the World. And I thought I would have a bit of a test and see if reading it along with a fandom um, would make it a bit easier for me to get through the series. Um, Obviously, The Eye of the World was really good, and it helped me to be happy to go for the rest of the series. And Great Hunt was great. uh, Dragon Reborn was great, but it started getting a bit bad for me. Sort of Lord of Chaos started to show signs of books slowing down, and um, Crown of Swords also, and then came Path of Daggers. Knife of Dreams was better. Crossroads of Twilight. God, that book broke me. um, so it was really tough for me. The writing style got to me. I'm I'm an accountant, um, and you would think that for a mundane, boring person like myself, that meetings and endless talking would uh, would not be a point of bother to me, and also detail. You would think for an accountant, detail is something that would be important for me, but I was overwhelmed by the detail. It was it was too much for me. Uh, I can't deal with meetings. I can't deal with that. Um, so uh, I'm thinking that when I get to the slog this time, I'm actually going to sort of try to think of uh, Path of Daggers and Winter's Heart as one book, and then Crossroads of Twilight and Knife of Dreams as one book, so that I do not see those books in isolation. Uh, it would be great to. I think looking at it from a different perspective might be helpful. So basically, Crossroads of Twilight will be an introduction, a big epilogue, if you can call it that. 660 or 16 pages or something, what it is, of epilogue to Knife of Dreams. Uh, and then we will, and the same thing with Path of Daggers. It's amazing how someone can write a book of so many pages and nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's like crazy. It's actually an art to do that. I think I sort of respect it in a strange way, but it's just too much. I can't deal. So the eye of the world. Okay, so the other aspect that was really bothering me was the attitude of people like Nynaeve and Egwene and Elaine, uh, and the endless groping about men being wool-headed, and so um, as as a dude who is part of the LGBTQ community, uh, you wouldn't think that I would be offended by it, but it actually was offensive, and it became too much. And so, what I've gathered is Nynaeve was really irritating to me, and um, and she became better. And I believe by the end of the series, once you really understand all her motivations, she's actually an amazing character. Uh, I from from the point where I got, I just felt that she was really caring, and it seemed to me like a lot of her motivation, of her anger, was be- because of the frustration that she couldn't channel without becoming angry. So it was like um, a means to an end. Uh, but then, yeah, so it's really interesting. Uh, at times, Perrin's story. I was a big fan of Perrin in the beginning, and and then it it this whole story with Fahil and being captured and Perrin's response to that got to me. Um, uh, I just found that to be too much of a slog. To think that it took him like 3 books to get to her. Um, uh, so, a dude that I really liked, I ended up not liking. Um, Characters that I loved, obviously, I loved Moraine, uh, Rand, Matt. Matt. Matt's an interesting character. I really enjoyed his arc. Uh, then, yeah. So, as I'm going through the series, I think I will upload a video, and just get involved in some discussion with people who are knowledgeable. Oh, one major aspect that really got to me. Again, I'm an accountant, and you would think that volumes wouldn't bother me, but I was also overwhelmed by the number of characters. I got so confused with the characters at times that I just couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep up with all the characters, and when each character was described in so much of detail, that would make you think, okay, this character is important, yet the character will never appear again, or the character will be in Great Hunt and suddenly appear in Crossroads of Twilight, and you think, who is this? And you basically had to sit with some kind of assistance material, like the wiki or something like that, and say, "Oh, Jesus, why is this person even back now? And why?" It was the cast really got to me. It seemed so unfocused, and it felt to me like Robert Jordan totally lost his way. Um, I- I- and it made me lose my way, to be honest. Um, I think I'm 10 years older, obviously, and more mature. Um, so I think that would help. And to have the background, of the main characters. And if you're prepared for something, then I guess usually it will help a lot. So this is where we're at. And I look forward to sort of meeting you, the fandom, and the experts who have read this book and these books and loved them. As for the series, um, okay, I don't have Amazon Prime, but I'm not really interested in watching the series until I've read the books. Um, and to be honest, I'm a bit skeptical of Wheel of Time being put on television. I can just guess how that series would frustrate the fandom. there's just not enough space in TV to make a series that would encapsulate these books. Uh, I'm I am very skeptical. I see that Rosamund Pike is playing the role of Moraine. I really respect Rosamund Pike. She's an amazing actress. I love her. I can't imagine her as Moraine though. I can't imagine it. But she's an amazing actress. I'm sure she's doing an amazing job. But I just can't see her as Moraine. Um, but all due respect to her, I love her. She is amazing. Uh, I I I've seen a few pictures of the other characters. I don't know them. So I don't know. I'm not going to watch it until I'm going to. What I'll tend to do is I'll binge watch the whole thing when all the series are done. Uh, because I don't like waiting for series. I hate that. So yeah, here we are on it. This is August 27, 2023. And to the fandom out there, you've got a South African who's joining you. And uh, I am apologizing for the quality of my English. English is not my first language. And I hope that to English speaking nations, that you won't be too offended by the way that I speak the language. Uh, and but I do hope that you will be happy to share with this dumb South African, um, and um, and share your experiences. I will definitely make time to read your comments. I guess there will be quite a few comments from Wheel of Timers, and I'll try to respond to as many of them as possible. So, by introduction to myself, so as I said, I'm an accountant. I work for a manufacturing company. I'm the senior accountant for that company, and um, I love reading. It's a joy of mine. I I'm an AV geek, so I love aviation. So shout out to Mentor Pilot and to Kelsey from 7-4 Gear. Uh, I love their work and their channel. So if you're into aviation, I would definitely suggest uh, have a look at them. They're great. Uh, then my family, I've got two daughters. One is 18, while the other one is just about 16. And it's going to be very interesting. I am actually trying to. The elder one is busy with the final exams for school, and so I'm reading a bit early, but I want to get them involved in the process. So perhaps I can share. They can visit on this channel, and as we were reading through the series, they can give their thoughts and ideas, uh, and meet you all. And that's an idea that I'm thinking of, and as a family, that would be very interesting to do. Uh, I thank you for your time. I see this is 20 minutes. It's much longer than what I anticipated. And uh, I look forward to hearing from you. And um, I even look forward to commenters who would say, "You are crazy, don't read this nonsense. Um, yeah, this is not worth reading," or whatever. You're welcome to say that, but it's a challenge I've given myself. I have to finish the series. It's a desire that I have, and I'm definitely going to do it. Uh, and so I look forward to your comments, but I'm not going to heed to them if you hear what I'm saying. Uh, and But anyway, I wish you a great day, and thank you for your time in listening to this boring person. Uh, this is going to be a big journey, and I thank you for your support.